Hello and welcome to Love from Kenny. That's me. I'm Kenny and I'm sending you love. I actually decorated my space for this video because I'm moving in like a few weeks. So this wall was empty, but when I set up my camera and I looked at it, I was like, ooh, we need some color. So I took these out of my storage and put them on the wall. And I also tried to look really intellectual with these books. Actually, these are some of my favorite books. I would love to do a series on them. My friend got me the first one, James, from the US, because I live in Japan and it's very hard to find like English books that are new in the US. So he brought me this from New York, which was incredible. This was by a Nobel, I think she won the Nobel Prize in Literature. She's Korean and it was incredible. It really changed my life. And this is from my favorite author, Kazuo Ishiguro, and it's Clara and the Sun. Changed my life. After I read this book, this was my first one, I read all the rest of his books. Like, they were amazing. But anyway, I kind of just set them up here because I wanted the space to have a little bit more color. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but I put on so much blush because I've filmed a few videos of myself before, but every time I did, my face had, again, no color. Like, it was very but anyway, so welcome to my cozy corner where I have a lot of blush, books, and art. And I just want to chat for today. Oh wait, I guess I'll tell you like my stats. So my stats are, I'm currently 26 years old. Well, maybe you can tell, but I love books. I love reading. I've studied English in college and I also studied psychology. English is my true love though. I just love reading. It's been really hard to read English books in Japan because honestly most of the English books in my library, I've read all of them because they're the basic ones, but that's on me for not living in an English speaking country. But so I totally love reading. I love flowers. I'm obsessed with flowers. When I had my very first class in college, we went around the room and everybody said like a fun fact about themselves, and people had like really interesting fun facts. Okay, I don't remember them just because I remember I felt so silly about mine because people, when they got to me, they were like, what is your fun fact? And I was like, I love flowers, like so much. And honestly, that's still true. So I would say my fun fact is still that I love flowers. Another fact about me, I have a cat. His name is Marshmallow. Sometimes I think I should have called him like mashed potato because that's what his fur looks like. It's really fluffy mashed potatoes. And honestly, I'm shocked that he's not in this video because normally when I start talking, he starts screaming and comes to hang out with me. I found him when I was living in Kyoto, actually. I was going to a visa appointment and I just like saw him. He was like a baby. He was like 3 months old on the street and like almost dying. So I basically stole him. I'll make that story in another video, I think. But I basically stole him and now I've had him for almost 3 years. And I love him very much, even though he is an absolute nightmare. And maybe I'll talk about that in another video as well. I currently live in Japan. I am moving to Korea in a few weeks. Hopefully, if my visa process and approval, everything goes well. I grew up in a very small town. It was by the ocean and also in the woods, so it was really beautiful. It was a beautiful place to grow up. But I always wanted to see more of the world. As a child, again, like I was obsessed with reading. I was totally obsessed with books because they would show me worlds beyond my own. So the moment I got to college and could kind of do more of what I wanted, I traveled as much as I possibly could. I did study abroad programs. I did like 2 study abroad programs, I think. I did one in Italy and I did one in Portugal. Because my family is Portuguese and I wanted to study Portuguese a little bit more. And basically it got me so hooked on traveling. Like genuinely my whole life I had wanted to explore the rest of the world. I was so desperate for it, but my family wasn't really big on traveling. I've always been so curious and just above everything else loved learning. I just love learning so much. So when I graduated, that's why one of the reasons I didn't stay in the US or go home and try to find a like job there. I will say that has made my life very interesting. I think it's not like I've been pursuing a specific career. I kind of pursued a specific career in film. I worked for a filmmaker in Japan, and then I worked for a film company as a producer, but I haven't done like gone to a company and then like worked to go up the ranks. Like that's never been my style. Even when I was young, I remember telling my family, I was like, I'm never gonna work in an office, like I'm never gonna do that. And my dad was like, just wait till you get older. But I still have not really worked in a traditional office setting. So I guess my current challenge that I'm experiencing is there are some bigger goals that I want to achieve in life, but I've been neglecting myself so much for so many years still, honestly, like almost my whole life. I feel like I've been neglecting my foundation. So even though there are these big goals that I have and that I want to achieve, I have told myself, and am trying to stick to that this year I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to be so desperate to get everything I want all at once, and I'm going to focus on building those foundations. So taking care of myself, taking care of my health, eating well, like doing meditation, journaling, just basic things, because I think without that foundation, anything that I'm going to try to achieve will, like maybe I would do it okay, but I don't want to risk it anymore. I want to put myself and my health first. So basically what I'm going to be doing for 2026 as much as possible is trying to recognize that it's okay that I am quote unquote behind other people, behind my peers, and mostly just focus on myself and where I'm at and doing what is best for me. And to that end, one of the hardest things for me has been comparing myself to other people. I spoke about this a bit in a different video, but I think this, especially in this age of social media, it's really difficult to not compare yourself to other people. So every time I go on Instagram, I see somebody has made a new film or won a big award, or I just literally this morning I saw that a different friend of mine bought a house, and I went on Xiaohongshu and even on Instagram, and Pinterest. I just compare myself so intensely to other people. For example, there's a girl who went to my college who is extremely accomplished. In my perspective, she's kind of doing what I had hoped I would be able to do with my life. She's getting a PhD in a super interesting subject, and she has a gorgeous home in the mountains with her partner, and is always doing artist workshops, and I feel like her intellectual ability is so incredible. And so I have felt like whenever I see something that she's doing, I always think to myself, like, what is even the point of me trying to write something or make art or put myself out in the world when there are people who are clearly so much better than me. But I feel like I have been expending so much energy on comparing myself to other people, and I'm like, we are not the same people at all. She has a completely different background than me. The only thing that's the same is we went to the same school. Like, other than that, like, we're completely different people. So my goal for 2026 is to take all that energy that I've been giving to comparison and like helping other people achieve their dreams and all of that stuff, and just like bring it back to myself. It's really hard to do. So I think it's very difficult and has to be a consistent practice to maintain my energy within my own little like bubble. So that is my big challenge of 2026. And I encourage you to join me if you also are someone who's trying to keep your energy or accomplish your own goals. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it will go. And I just wanted to say thank you for joining me today. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.